If you ever find yourself getting pretty frustrated with manual clay target throwing, well, the idea of an automatic launcher, it sounds like a dream. Automatic practice right in your backyard. No more dealing with a buddy's, let's say, inconsistent throws or those really old school manual contraptions. Just you, your gun, and clays flying. So today we're doing a deep dive into the VEVOR Clay Target Thrower. Now, this thing says it holds 50 clays, launches them about 55 yards, and you control it with a foot pedal. We're basing this on some great real-world insights from the YouTube channel Savage Reviews. They did a video called Best Budget Auto Launcher. Really helpful stuff. Our mission, then, is to figure out if this budget machine truly, revolutionizes your backyard shooting, or if it's more a case of, well, cheap automation leading to expensive mistakes. Definitely sparks that initial excitement, doesn't it? I mean, the idea of upgrading from hand throwing without breaking the bank.
Oh, absolutely. It hits that nerve. But, whenever you see budget, you immediately have to ask, what's the real cost here beyond just the price tag?
Yeah.
On paper, yeah, it looks pretty good. 50 clays automatically, that 55-yard distance, the foot pedal, adjustable angle, features you often pay a lot more for.
Okay, so what's the catch then?
Well, here's where it gets really interesting and where that Savage Reviews video is so valuable. It needs a battery, a 12-volt deep cycle battery.
Ah, okay, sold separately, I assume.
Sold separately, yeah. And that's key. It's not just any battery. It needs sustained power, not like a car battery's quick burst. So you're looking at what, maybe another $100, maybe $200.
Right, so that significantly bumps up the initial investment.
Exactly. And then there's the build quality. VEVOR mentions aircraft aluminum, but the review points out it can feel kind of flimsy.
Huh. So aircraft aluminum might just be a marketing term here.
It could be. It highlights that gap you sometimes see between the specs on paper and the actual feel in your hands, especially with budget gear. The review also mentioned some assembly hassles, missing little parts.
Yeah, that sounds familiar for some budget brands. So it's not exactly an unbox and start shooting immediately kind of deal.
Probably not for everyone, no. Now, that 10-foot cord for the foot pedal is neat. You hold it down, it launches clays every couple of seconds. Let go, it stops instantly. That's actually smart for practice.
Okay, that part sounds genuinely useful. Control is good.
It is, but the review had this funny line about feeling tethered to this thing like you're defusing a bomb. Kind of paints a picture of limited movement,
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So maybe not the most convenient if you like to move around a lot while shooting.
Precisely. And another thing where the budget aspect might show up is the distance. Some ads say 55 yards, others claim 87 yards.
87. That's a big difference.
Yeah. Savage Reviews suggested maybe different models or maybe just, let's call creative marketing measurements.
Okay. And the 50 clay capacity. Sounds decent, but...
It's way better than hand throwing, for sure. But if you're doing serious practice, you'll still be reloading reasonably often.
Makes sense. What about reliability? Or if something breaks?
Yeah. That's probably the biggest potential sticking point. VEVR seems to have a clear 30-day return window, but beyond that, warranty support can be murky. That's what the review implied anyway.
So you're kind of gambling a bit, weighing the lower upfront cost against the risk of having little support if a part fails later on.
That's the classic budget gamble, isn't it? If long-term reliability is your absolute top priority, it might push you towards the expensive mistake side of things.
Okay, so let's sum it up. For a casual shooter, someone just wanting an upgrade from chucking clays by hand, this VEVR could be a good option, if they're willing to deal with potential quirks.
I think so, yeah. You get consistent throws, which is a big step up. The automation is nice, even if it's not perfect. But you have to factor in that battery cost.
Right, the battery. And maybe some assembly patience needed.
Definitely. And just accept that budget gear sometimes needs a bit of, troubleshooting or creative problem solving, as the review put it. It might not be a revolution, maybe more like a budget evolution.
A budget evolution.
Yeah.
I like that. So if you don't mind tinkering a bit, maybe it's worth it for the price and convenience boost.
Exactly. If that's part of the fun for you, then yeah, the accessibility it offers for recreational shooting could outweigh the downsides. But if you need something rock solid, professional grade, reliable,
then you probably need to look at the higher end, established brands, and be prepared to spend more.
That seems to be the takeaway, yes.
So for you listening, it really comes down to what you value most. Are you okay with that budget evolution and its potential bumps, or do you need that seamless, reliable automation enough to justify a bigger investment?
And maybe that leads to a broader thought. When we're chasing automation and convenience, how often do we really stop and weigh the full ownership experience, the hidden costs, the potential frustrations, the support issues against just that initial attractive low price? Something to think about.